please.
Okay. Hey, everybody. How's it going? It is about 9 minutes after the hour, and that is my fault because I think I accidentally hit the wrong. I had two different live streams queued up, and I hit the wrong one. So I think, now we're live, right?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay. Were we live a few minutes ago, or was I just sitting here going off about
I don't know.
nothing?
Let us know, because for the last 9 minutes we've been talking, thinking we were talking to you.
I'm still not seeing anything.
Matt Cundiff says we're live. Yeah, we're on.
But we weren't for the last 9 minutes, right? That was just us having fun pretending we were live.
And Brad says he's watching a movie with his wife. So hey guys, thank you for tuning in. As you might have seen here, I've got Sean over this way, and I've got Lone Star UAV also way over that way. It's kind of weird how it's backwards. Kai's in the house. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We were kind of just chatting, and I had pushed the wrong button in Wirecast, and we also found out that it's Sean's birthday today, so everybody should...
tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, okay. So we had a very good plan to do this show tonight from here. Kai drove all the way up from San Antonio, hit some weather, hasn't been able to fly very much recently because of the weather, and the traffic tonight was really bad. But we just wanted to talk to you guys about, first of all, just some drone stuff. Second of all, about SpinUp, what's going on with that. Third of all, about Sean's plans for tomorrow, because even though it's his birthday, he's planning to...
I'm going surfing.
Yes, he's planning...
In the middle of Texas.
He's planning to go surfing up in Waco. Apparently there is a killer wave pool up there that Sean's going to hop on and try to ride those waves.
I'm going to try it. It's been a long time.
Yeah. You think it'll be successful?
I don't. I don't think it's going to be successful.
Kai, have you ever surfed?
Windsurfed.
Windsurfed. Okay. All right. I mean, that's kind of a similar vibe.
Thank you, TJ.
But here's the thing, is Sean was telling me about this surfing park, and first of all, we've asked to be able to fly drones there. If we can, we're going to get some footage. Either way, I'm going to get footage of him doing this thing. But there are 3 levels. There's a beginner's wave that they put you on, there's an intermediate wave that they put you on, and there's expert wave. Well, the only one available at the time we wanted to do it was the expert. So Sean's going to do the expert. Tell us about your surfing experience in the past.
Well, so when I was 19, I up and moved to California with like 60 to 80 bucks. Just gas was much cheaper then, so I made it across. I wanted to go surf. So I went there and surfed for spring break, came back, dropped out of college, moved to California to surf all the time. So I surfed all the time back then until I was 30, like daily. Okay. So the expert stuff would have been no problem back then, but now from 30 to 48, that's 18 years.
So it's been a little while, but that's the kind of thing there's muscle memory with, right?
Yeah, I mean, there is, but there isn't, right? Like, so I snowboard all the time now, so I understand how to move in the wave still. The pop up, like on a snowboard, you just get off a chairlift.
Right.
I don't have to pop up. I don't have to paddle. I don't have to do any of that. So it's going to be interesting.
It will be, and we will be capturing all of it.
Is your insurance all paid up?
Probably not.
Well, Kai, where did you windsurf? Have you done that in any
I
place
was up on the North Sea. That's where I grew up.
Really? So up out there where it's blustery and the water's cold and all that stuff?
Up there where the water is colder than the witches, yeah.
Wow. My dad, who used to work in oil, spent some time on an oil exploration ship in the North Sea, and he loved it up there. He thought it was just beautiful. But, I mean, what kind of temperatures are we talking about, like Fahrenheit and Celsius?
In the summertime, if the water gets warm, maybe 70 degrees.
Ooh, yeah, that's cold water. It doesn't sound...
That sounds so warm compared to what I just jumped in the other day.
Oh, yeah. Tell. We were talking about that.
Well,
so
not everybody jumps in the ice water.
No, and I don't blame them because it is very cold. We went hiking the other day with another YouTuber, Jonathan Buckhouse, does snowboarding videos, and we hiked up to St. Mary's Glacier, rode down it, and then at the bottom there's like a little cliff you can jump into the water, and it's got to be right at freezing. It literally is so cold.
Well, because it freezes over in the winter, right?
Yeah, and the water comes from the melt off from the snow too.
So it's runoff from snow.
Yeah, it's straight.
It's glacial water.
Yep, exactly. It's cold. It's a heart stopper. People die every year there.
And you said you couldn't breathe right for the next couple hours?
Yeah, for the next few hours on the way home, like I was breathing. You know when you're like got those hot lungs when you run in the cold You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
It felt like that, and it didn't click until later that I probably messed myself up for a little bit there.
I will tell you though, on a hot day, if you can jump in some cold water, it'll actually take your core temperature down to where you're not cold or you're not hot the rest of the day, right? It could be 95, 100 degrees outside, and you're still just chilling.
I gotta ask Matt there. What he says he's gonna have a wave park built where he is. Where are you at, Matt? Maybe I'll come do a trip.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody mentioned something about Hawaiian Falls, which is a water park north of Austin, but it's not Hawaiian Falls. It's the place in Waco, right?
Yeah. It's Waco, something like RS. No, that's Ready Set Drone. What am I thinking? RSD.
By the way, everybody, how about that thumbnail? Sean did that thumbnail. That was pretty killer. He thought he was still on Mountain Time, and I kept saying, Sean, I need the thumbnail so we can get started. Sean, I need the thumbnail.
I kept looking at the time.
He's like, man, I got plenty of
an
time.
hour. I had like 10 minutes.
Well, so Kai, we started to talk about this before we were actually on the air. You're building this big wing, right?
Yeah.
And you said it's a 24.
Yeah, it's an 8-foot span almost on that thing.
And what
It's a
is
sailplane, motor sailplane.
single rear prop pusher?
No, front prop.
Front prop. Okay. And when will it be ready?
Well, I had it ready, and then there was the maiden flight, and then it needed some repairs.
It wasn't a water tower this time, though.
No, it went nose first in the ground.
Okay.
After the ensuing lipo fire, the fuselage had to be replaced. One of those things.
So Chris, Sunrise Water Media just had a lipo fire too. What's going on with that? Is it a summertime thing, you think?
Yeah, well, Chris, we don't want to try to figure out what he's doing.
He actually repaired that drone, and I flew it with him not too long ago, and he did okay with it. He actually did pretty well with the repaired drone. It was a little tenuous at first. He was very nervous about it, and I kept asking him, "Are you doing okay?" And he's like, "I just need to get 5 minutes of flight time, and then I'll be better." And he did. So let's have a nice moment of good thoughts for Chris and his destroyed drone. Getting out to flying this weekend, Sean, we're going to go out to some property that Sean has access to and fly out near the lake. One of the videos that I want to do is actually taking a 6S FPV drone, my newbie drone, Vivid frame, and that whole setup, and compare it to the DJI drone. Now, you've flown the DJI FPV drone. You own one, right?
I do.
And so you didn't bring it down. As a matter of fact, Sean shows up.
No drone.
Sean shows up. I pick him up at the airport, and he literally just has a backpack. And I was like, dude, you travel light. That's impressive.
It's full of cameras and iPads and computers and like one pair of clothes.
But I wanted to just ask you, have you flown a 6S FPV drone yet? Like besides the DJI one?
No, I haven't.
Okay. And that's pretty much, I mean, I guess when Kai and I fly together, that is our favorite ones. You've got the big, what is yours? The not Tyro, the
Titan.
Titan. And so flying those two together, what is your take on flying the Titan 6S versus flying the DJI, which is also a 6S? How do they feel different in your opinion?
the DJI is seriously lacking in that department.
Really?
Yeah.
You just don't think it has the punch out, or
I don't think it has the power that the Titan has.
Okay. Well, it's a power to weight ratio, right? I mean, it weighs a lot,
Yeah.
and so it has. I think it has quite a bit of power, but it's pulling a lot of weight. But the thing you can do with it that you can't do with the Titan is throw it into GPS mode and hit return to home, right?
Well, I can hit return to home on the Titan.
I guess you have a GPS module in it,
Yes,
don't
I
you?
do.
But can you sit there and just click it and then let it hover while you take your goggles off and do other stuff?
No.
Okay,
Why
because
would I?
I do it all the time.
Why would I?
I have people with me. I take my goggles off. I just sit around and reassess because I'm filming videos, so I got to reset up different cameras for different angles.
It is interesting that you can take any camera drone, any Mavic series, and the DJI FPV or the Phantom, and literally hover it there and just like do something else for a minute. It's you got to keep an eye on it, of course. That's the law, and that's the right thing to do. But it is kind of interesting that you don't have to pay the attention to it that you do with a 5-inch
You know,
or a 5.
It's funny you say that, Kelly, because back when I was doing the Blade Chroma, and I think it was the Phantom 2 was out around then, Phantom 2, Phantom 3. When the Phantom 4 came out and they went to they went from a light bridge over to Phantom 4? Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that was the one that they switched with, or if that was.
Well, the original Mavic Pro, I think, was the first one to use OcuSync.
But Lightbridge was still amazing, and I remember somebody having the Phantom 4, and they just took their hands off the controller and it hovered and locked. And every drone I had flown before then did this bouncy hover all over the place.
Yeah, it was in danger of hitting something or running
if you didn't
into something.
keep your hands really close to it, and that was it. I knew I had to make the switch at that point.
Yeah. I mean, it is definitely as far as the camera drones go, and as far as stuff that you can park in the air, DJI has the market cornered, so to speak. Kai, I know you got into you flew airplanes first, right?
No.
drones?
I've flown, actually, Mavic Air, the original Air, was my first.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I thought you had been into it longer than that. But you've gotten to the point now where you're building, repairing, breaking, building from scratch kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What's the hardest drone you've had to build, like to put together?
I was probably a 5-incher, the Shocker, Catalyst Machine Works.
Just because of the frame, or what made it?
Yeah, it's fairly tight quarters. I mean, the Shocker, all the electronics are under it, really, in a little cage. So you have some fitting to do there.
So you're trying to get everything crammed into this tiny space. And now, actually, the one I really want to check out, and I've seen Captain Drone and Nurk both had a video about it, it's the Flywoo. It's like a 3-inch or a 2.5-inch. Have you seen this one? It's got a full, I guess it's probably a Caddx. It's an FPV drone.
Is it like the Flywoo Explorer?
It is much smaller though.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember
Firefly.
The Firefly, yes. You've seen the videos on it?
I've seen videos on it.
It looks super cool, and I think it's designed to carry the Go 2. What is it? Insta360. Yeah.
Insta360
got one in my
360
bag.
Go 2, but there's two flavors of the Firefly too. You have the hexcopter and then just the regular quadcopter.
Oh, that's right, because I think Nurk had the hexcopter on his review. I'm liking these smaller ones. I've got the Cinelog from GepRC, which is kind of a small 3-inch, ducted propeller thing that can carry the Insta360 Go 2. Sean, you recently did an evaluation of the Insta360 Go 2.
I did.
What's your thoughts on it versus the original and other
Oh, it's
cameras
definitely
of that
way
size?
better than the original Go. It can record, I think, up to 30 minutes now in most modes.
Right.
The stability is pretty good. It's not a 360 camera, so I think Insta360 might reconsider their name and go from Insta360 to just Insta, and then the camera names would make a lot more sense.
Right.
I wouldn't say it's a must-have camera for us in the drone community. It's not a bad option because the stability is pretty good on it in brighter lights. It's not great with low light. It's got an HDR mode in it, which is pretty cool. And for the people watching, if you're not familiar with what it is, it's small as my pinky. It's literally the size of my pinky.
Yeah,
It's
they're tiny little, and it's slightly bigger than the original one though.
I think it's
right?
a little wider.
Yeah, because I know the TPU mount that I had for the drone wouldn't work. But what do you think about the little remote control for it? Because the old one, you had to sit there and look at it and try to figure out what mode you were in.
I think that was a great addition that they added to it. It's almost like an AirPods case I could get it, but you guys go to my channel and you guys can watch the video. I did a pretty extensive video showcasing it in a lot of different situations.
And if, just real quick, if you haven't already subscribed to Sean's channel, World of Oz, and to Lone Star UAV, you should definitely subscribe to both these guys.
Such a sweetheart.
Yeah. Well, it's your birthday and all.
Do you know
tomorrow.
what bums me about the DJI FPV drone, and it might bum you guys too, is before it came out, there was all the, it's a long range drone. It can do 20 minutes of flight time, all this blah, 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 blah. And no. Maybe if you're putting along like a grandma in normal mode, but you throw it in sports mode, you throw it in acro mode, and it's getting maybe 5 to 8 minutes if you're lucky. And for me, that sort of sucked because in the mountains, that's exactly what I want to build my wings up with a nice FPV setup, so I can hover and go and get a really long flight time.
Well, let's talk about wings for a second. So Kai, you've had what, 3? Is this your third?
I've got 3 right now.
Okay.
Number 4 is on the way.
Any recommendations to Sean on what wing to get?
I have wings. I just have to build the kit. I want to take the one I have and get
those
motors.
Those are super old though, aren't they?
It's brand new EPP foam. It's I haven't even built it. It just needs to be modified with a brushless motor setup and figure out what battery to use now, and I would love to pick your brain and see what
you sure those weren't the ones with the rubber bands that you twisted around? And
oh, those are great too. Actually, I remember having the one with the controller, and you'd hit the button, and it'd just be on a string, and you'll
control line. And it had a little. So to that end, Kai, what suggestions do you have? And actually, Kai made a good point. I somehow want to get somebody who can talk about and/or demo or show a wing at SpinUp this year. So
maybe I'll have mine built by then.
That would be super cool. Kai, any thoughts on someone getting into flying a wing? How is it different than flying a drone, an FPV drone?
Well, for one, you don't stand still with the wing, so you're always on the move. But I mean, that's not too much different from drones, FPV drones, because you're always on the controls. You want to start out with some easy. I mean, there's the little Zot Drift. It's just a little bitty.
Is that the orange one?
No, it's a white one. It's
okay,
a 70 millimeter wingspan, or 700 millimeter wingspan, and it's actually set up to be used with FPV, and it can stay under 250 grams too for those that need to stay there.
It's called the Zot Drift.
It's the Zot Drift. There's a Zot Dart, and now there's a Zot Nano Talon. They're all 3 of them are for under 250 gram. All 3 of them are set up.
What do they cost? What do they go for?
Right at $100 mark for the kit.
How hard are they to assemble?
They're really easy. Actually, they have a FPV version of it available too, and it comes with the Zot Copilot, which actually is a stabilizer that actually has a GPS module with it. So you do have to return to home function on that. It's a pretty nice.
Sounds like a birthday present for Sean.
I've got the one. I've got a Boomerang. It's EPP foam. It's I'm trying not to cuss. It's a bad A wing, and it needs current electronics in it, not like old stuff.
But that's, I guess that's kind of my question for you, Kai, having built several of these. How hard would it be to retrofit an older one with?
It's not built yet.
Nothing to it.
No, okay.
I just need to know what's the most powerful motor I can get for that weight. It's got to you've got to be able to balance out the center, the balance, and all that kind of stuff.
So you just put a single motor with like a 3S battery or a 4S battery in it, and ESC to control the speed, and then a receiver, and then the FPV kit, and I guess the servos for the ailerons.
I would put a flight controller in it, program it with iNav.
So what I had in my old ones was just the wing. We'd have the just like a 2-channel remote, or 3-channel, because one would have a prop.
Throttle, rudder, and aileron, I guess.
There was the little receiver, and then that went to a NiCad battery setup that I think had 8 to 10 little batteries that I had to solder together to make, because you had to solder your own batteries in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in my day.
That's how old we are.
Well, you can still have all that. Get some lithium-ion batteries. 18650 cells.
Yeah,
solder together your own battery pack.
You did that, Crab, right?
I've built several of them. Yes.
I don't want to solder now anymore. I've soldered my whole life. I have to solder for a living for so many years that I just hate it now.
That's kind of like tattooing, though, isn't it?
Soldering?
Yeah, it's like tattooing for metal.
It's easy.
You're using a little wand. It gets hot, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that? I mean,
it's not hard to solder. It's super easy. The trick to soldering is having good flux. You have good flux, everything's smooth.
Kind of the trick to life, right?
You also need good solder.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So
don't go use the leaded stuff.
So I definitely want to try out. I've actually never flown one of Kai's wings, so maybe at some point he'll let me try one of them.
Well, I've seen you fly that other thing that you had at the meetup.
That little FPV plane.
Yeah,
Yeah, that didn't go very well.
and no.
But that was not
The ground got in the way, as I recall.
That was not a great little plane. I can fly line of sight. I can fly a line of sight airplane to a degree. You can ask Mel, 400 AGL. He'll tell you. We tried to crash them into each other.
And didn't make that either.
I let Sean be in charge of the special
And
effects.
you know, I was doing really well at it when we weren't actually live. I was remembering to do it. Now the second take, I'm completely forgetting to do any of it.
That's all right. It's all good, man. You just throw
But
in.
you know what I want? I want someone to do a dang super chat so I can hit the super chat button and make some super chat.
There you go.
music.
We have a super
Somebody.
chat. A super chat sound effect. All super chats would go towards buying Sean's birthday wing. So, for everyone out there who doesn't know, we have an event coming up on November 6th. Both Kai and Sean will be at this event, as will a lot of people in the chat that I'm seeing right now. It's called SpinUp. If you haven't seen it before, dronespinup.com. I see Artco Drone Solutions in the chat. He won big at our last one. He won the RoboMaster from DJI. Wow.
Art is the luckiest unlucky guy I've ever met.
Art said it's 102 and 99 today. Is that in Colorado?
That's in Denver. Denver gets hot.
Dang.
It was like 70 degrees at my house, so ha 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 ha.
But actually, Sean showed up here, and Kai can attest. He's lived in Texas a long time. It normally is much hotter here than it was today. Today was not bad.
It was nice. It was a little humid, but it wasn't bad at all.
No.
Well, it's been pouring.
Yeah, everything's wet and green, but it is very humid because of all that stuff.
See, I got to switch. I see a super chat right there.
Geek Savannah! Thank you, Sean. And by the way, Sean with Geek Savannah is going to be hosting the pre-show for SpinUp on November 6th. So if you are going to either attend SpinUp, we'll be playing it. My hope is we'll be playing it on the screens in the venue. So Sean from Geek Savannah will be joining us from across the pond via his show. Or if you're watching it on the live stream, you'll go to his first. Hey, Artco Drone Solutions. He said, Sean, get a
Just want to see
razor.
me get a razor. I did get a razor.
He's shaved about as clean as he's been in quite a long time.
Okay, usually I got the scruff.
I have one other question. Both you guys are wearing really cool shirts, and I feel like I've given you both shirts at one point, and especially Kai. I need one of those Lone Star UAV shirts.
They're in the making.
They're in the making.
They're in the making.
Okay.
Here's the problem with these. These are like made online. I don't actually have these. Did I not give you one of my tattoo shirts? I didn't have those last time you were there.
No. You gave me stickers. You gave me a lot of stickers.
I'll send you one. I'll send you a tattoo shirt.
You know, actually, there's a guy named Sully who is a FPV pilot. I don't remember his real name, but
He was at Spin Down. I remember Sully.
He was at Spin Down. He was also at What the FPV in Tennessee, Brownsville, Tennessee, and Minefield. And his wife was wearing a Sean Oz shirt.
That's always.
She was wearing that very shirt.
That's interesting. Like you never know. Like some people like skulls, some people don't. A lot of people don't realize that this atomic thing, these are actually the original Mavic Pro props. I actually took a picture of the Mavic Pro from the top view down, and then redrew it to scale.
Then you took an X-ray of your skull. And,
Yeah, there you go.
redrew that too. No, it's a very cool design. But I hadn't actually seen one of Kai's shirts. This is the first time I've seen. Have you had that for long? Because I feel like that's a fairly new thing.
I've had them about 2 months now.
Okay, well, I probably bet the last time I saw you was about 2
Yeah,
months
well,
ago.
you haven't made it to the meetups.
I haven't made it to a meetup in a while. That is true.
That's a shame.
Is there another one coming up?
Next one will be on the 17th.
17th of August?
July.
July. Oh, next weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you starting early since it's
It's going to be at 9 a.m. again, yeah.
9
You
a.m.?
guys
Okay.
got to let people know where
Our
this meetup
soccer
is.
folks are on their summer break, so
So the field's pretty empty.
the field is empty right now.
No baseball, no football.
Nobody, summer break, nobody's going to sports for some reason.
Hey, Dynadrone, got a hat and a shirt. Awesome. You mean a Lone Star UAV or a Sean Oz?
I don't know.
But
I have
hey,
no idea.
doesn't matter. Support us all.
But I'm laughing at what Bill said, that he doesn't have any shirt on right now, and thanks for that image. I don't know what you look like, Bill, but my mind is going out there.
Bill is a cut dude. He works out.
Oh, so, there you go.
Yeah. Well, Dynadrone, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And so for everyone who doesn't know about the meetup, it will be it is in Canyon Lake, Texas, right?
Yeah.
Right near the Canyon Lake Dam. If you go to Lone Star UAV's YouTube channel, you can direct message him from there. I think his email address is on it, right?
Email address on the channel, or find us on Facebook, Central Texas Drone Meetup.
So next Saturday at Saturday or Sunday?
It's Saturday.
17th. Okay.
Always third Saturday of the month, and it's usually 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. I think I should be able to make that one actually, so that's good. And
the last time you didn't get a kitchen pass, as I remember.
Well, not every. I get a lot of kitchen passes, honestly. For my wife's pretty understanding about this little hobby and addiction that we all have. I mean, I heard Brad was watching this with the volume down because his wife's watching a movie. So that's dedication, man.
Michael's coming down from Dallas.
Nice.
So I assume the major city that this meetup is going to be next to San Antonio somewhere? That's probably the closest.
It's New Braunfels, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, you exit. What'd you say, Kai?
It's sort of between Austin and San Antonio, really.
Closer to San Antonio, though.
Not really.
No? Oh, all right.
Not
well,
really.
It takes me about an hour. Like
yeah,
an hour,
that's about as long as it takes the folks from San Antonio to come up there.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a beautiful place to fly. It's what did you say? An Army Corps of Engineers.
That's actually a county park. The Hidden Valley Sports Park is a county park. It's 75 acres, but it's all flat land. It's all soccer fields or ball fields, and it gives us a lot of room to experiment with our equipment.
Yeah, it is a place. One of the reasons I really enjoy it is it is a place where there is so much open space that you can take a 6S drone, whether it's an FPV drone, you can take a Phantom, put it in sport mode, take a Mavic, put it in sport mode, whatever, and fly as fast as you want, and you can see the drone the whole time. And I also like it because it's in kind of it is called Hidden Valley, right? And so it's in kind of a little valley. There's a rise all the way around the edge of it, so you're kind of down out of the wind, which is really cool. It's a beautiful place to fly, and I can't see any reason why I can't be there next Saturday, so count me in.
Cool.
But don't ask me questions about it. It's Kai's thing. I don't want to be in charge of it. I got too much stuff I'm in charge of already. So check out Kai. Ray Kelly says he's looking forward to SpinUp, especially meeting us. Hey, if anybody wants to join us at SpinUp, you will meet all of us there, and it's going to be a ton of fun. It's so nice to finally get to meet folks. I've met a lot of you guys, but I haven't met Matt Cundiff yet, right? I haven't met Ray Kelly yet, and I'm super excited about meeting those guys and having them come down so that we can actually meet in person and fly together.
I was looking forward to attending Kent's event there in August, but now my plans have changed, and I got to fly to Germany for a couple of days. So
you're going in August?
In August.
Okay. What is the weather like off the North Sea in that time of year? It's probably pretty nice, huh?
It'll be in the 70s and 80s.
Sean and I were talking about when he moved to Colorado, how it kind of freaked him out how late the sun stayed up.
Yeah.
In the summer.
In the summertime.
Oh, that freaks me out every time I go back, because sunset right now is like 10 o'clock at night, and sunrise is at 4:45 in the morning.
We in 2017, I went to Norway, and it was sunset at like 1 a.m. and sunrise at like 4 a.m. I mean,
it makes you understand how Alaska can stay sun up for 6 months.
Yeah.
The further north you go.
Yeah, and it is really weird because it just kind of messes with your circadian rhythm. You don't want to go to sleep, but then you're super tired the next day because you're like, oh, it's 10 o'clock, but we're just eating dinner or something like that. I remember we were driving home. We were driving back to where we were staying in Stavanger at 10 p.m. and it was like it was 4 in the afternoon. It was very bizarre.
Well, it gets me every time. You stay up as long as you can to fight the jet lag, because there's 7-hour time difference too. And I go to bed, I wake up, and I feel like I didn't sleep but an hour, and I look, and it's still light out, and I can't figure out if it's morning or night. I actually have to find a clock at that time.
That's
Figure
when
out what time of day it is, and it's like 5 o'clock in the morning.
that's when having the phone that changes automatically is very helpful.
Yeah.
So Kai, just a little bit about you, because I don't think, you and I have talked about this, but what city did you grow up in? And then you told me also that you are named after a something. What is?
Kai is short for the Frisian word of Kaima, which means warrior.
All
Do you
right.
guys know how tall this guy is? Has anybody met him in person? He's like 800 feet tall. Like literally,
how about-
he's
how about we do
what,
this?
8'6"? I mean, look. Stand next to me. Look at this. I'm standing on the ground.
I'm not even in the picture anymore.
I mean, I'm not exaggerating.
That should have been our thumbnail right there.
He's like a giant.
Yeah, we had to give him his own camera shot because we didn't have room for all three of us over here. So Kai knows this about me, that I lived in Germany as a kid, and I speak really bad German, and occasionally I'll try to throw some at him, and he's like, I don't know what you're saying. And then I'm like, I say it in English. He's like, oh, no, you're saying it all wrong.
I only remember
Well, I
two
didn't
things.
say that.
Two things.
Yeah?
Ich liebe dich.
Yeah, I
That's
love
easy.
you.
Yeah. And gib mir Kopf.
Something
What?
about your head? Oh, give me.
Gib
oh.
mir Kopf.
Okay. Yeah, that was close.
Yeah.
Well, so
Let's not
Ha-ha,
translate
Steve.
that one.
so when you Sean, did you take another language? Did you?
I took German because at the time I think I was in 10th grade, and so 10th and 11th you take German. And my girlfriend, I should have taken Spanish. I wish I'd taken Spanish. I really do. But my girlfriend was in German at the time, and she was like, I sat next to her, and the teacher didn't watch. I just copied every single thing she did.
Yeah.
And she was like a straight A student. I aced it until I got expelled and had to go to another school and take German 2 at the other school, and I knew nothing from German 1.
Deutsch 2.
Oh, I was in trouble.
So-
I was in trouble.
So, Kai, how is it different when you take a drone over there? Are the drone laws pretty stricter? or-
That's actually really what I'm really looking into right now, because on my upcoming trip, and I'm actually going to pick up a Mini 2 to take with me.
You think being under 250 grams will make a big
Well,
difference?
there's still, the fact that it still has a camera on it still makes it need to be registered, but my brother's actually a certified drone pilot over there, so I'm going to be using him as a PIC.
Mini 2 is a very capable little drone for traveling too.
It really is. Yeah,
I use it more than any other of the regular camera drones right now.
I mean, you could have one in your backpack, and I wouldn't have known it. It's that small.
Well, I've got the Evo, and I put the whole big controller thing together, and I just don't want to carry that.
Have you guys seen the Evo 2 smart controller? I think Original Dobo
Not
just
in
did a
person.
video about
Yeah, I
it.
saw
I've
his
seen it, but
video.
not in person though. It's
It looks really capable, and the Evo 2 is a pretty amazing drone. It just is big. It just has a lot of heft to it. Not going to be something you want to throw in a backpack if you're traveling overseas.
Well, the Mini 2 is small enough you could literally put it in a pocket, like
Yeah.
in jeans pockets.
So you're going to take the Mini 2 over to
I'm
on your trip?
going to take the Mini 2 over with me. Yeah.
You should. I mean, what a great opportunity. Will you be up near the North Sea? Will you be able to fly?
Yeah,
Okay.
my parents. I mean, my hometown is on the coast.
Wow. And so you'll be able to get out over the water. Is it pretty windy most of the time?
Well, I can't get over the water too much because it's national park.
Ah, the ocean?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Well,
That's interesting.
it's a very interesting. It's a very unique place. At high tide, it's water. At low tide, it's all mud flats.
Okay, and so there's
The original coastline got washed out back in the 1300s, and so what used to be land, about 2 miles of it is gone. And what's the coastline now is actually quite a bit inland from where it used to be.
how long does it take for the tide to go out? Like for it to
It's,
change between those
12
two
hours.
states? Okay. You know, it'd be super cool is to get some photos and video from the air of the same spot, getting the exact same spot at high tide and low tide, so you could see the difference.
Well, there's a webcam that the city maintains for the harbor, and you can actually watch the water go up and down in the harbor.
What is the name of the city?
Huzum.
Huzum.
H-U-S-U-M. Huzum.
Huzum. Does that mean anything?
Not really.
Okay. Roadrunner M wants to know the best beginner drone for not much money. Roadrunner M, my opinion on that is the SEMA X5C, the SYMA SEMA X5C. It doesn't have GPS. You really don't even want the camera. If it has a camera, just get rid of it. Matt Cundiff says the Mini 2. Yes, absolutely. That's going to be a couple of $100, whereas the SEMA X5C is $30. But if you're wanting to get into flying drones, it forces you to learn to fly line of sight, right?
Yeah.
It's a drone, like you were talking about earlier, flying the Chroma, right?
Yep.
That was another one that didn't hold in place, so you had to actually be able to look at it and know that if it's coming towards you, left is right and right is left, etc. But I mean,
There's another one. The Tello.
Yep, $99. You
Yeah,
get the Tello,
yeah.
But then you're flying with your phone unless you spend more money to get some kind of aftermarket
Bluetooth remote
yeah.
control. But I will say, did you ever fly the Tello?
Oh yeah, I have one.
Oh, yes.
It flies great with a phone.
Yeah,
actually.
it really does.
I also know, as a matter of fact, do you guys know that the Brad says watching a movie with the wife? How is everybody? Doing great, Brad.
Movies over.
How is or has anybody heard if that new Mavic Mini
SE?
SE has come out? Or,
No, I don't think it's out
Well,
yet.
it's out, but it's not out on the U.S. market. It's only out on the Asian markets and the South American markets where DJI's performance been weak.
So that doesn't help us right
So,
now.
but recently, there's an FCC filing that popped up on the Mini SE.
Huh. So that means it might be coming here.
It may come to us yet.
Another drone that everyone's forgetting about is the Mini 1.
Yeah.
You can get it cheaper now. You can get it used, and it's actually cheaper. And for being a Wi-Fi drone, it's very capable.
Agreed. We took one up to Loveland Pass with little Eddie, Ed Ricker, and tried to fly it up there in gale force winds.
It can't handle the winds like the Mini 2 can. The Mini 2 can definitely handle. I've tested that.
Have you? So Kai, you said you're going to get a Mini 2. Have you flown one before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Matter of fact, you
flew
yours.
mine. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay. Yeah, and that one, because it has OcuSync, it's very capable. But I do agree that the original Mini 1, if you can find one used, whoever was asking about getting a cheap drone, Roadrunner,
yeah.
I mean, less than $300 easily. And Lauren says wait till the 15th. Maybe that's when it's supposed to come out in the U.S.
The SE.
Yeah.
That's the rumor, yeah.
I mean, the SE is basically just the Mini 1 again, isn't it?
The SE is a Mini and a Mini 2 housing.
So it's Wi-Fi again.
Is it
just like the
Wi-Fi?
Mini 1.
It's a Wi-Fi. It has the old style controller with it, but apparently they didn't have any more housings of the Mini, so they used the Mini 2 housing, which gives a bit more profile.
So unless the motors have been changed, so if it's the Mini 1 motors, then you might as well just grab a Mini 1.
Well, I've actually wondered about the fact that it was only 2.7K camera. So is the new one going to be 4K?
No, it's a 2.7.
2.7, okay. Which
I'm over here still filming in 1080. I hate
well,
4K.
that's a good question actually. Let's talk about that for a second because I've
You
tried.
still fishing was GoPros too.
I do so much stuff with the GoPros.
I tried to kind of switch over to doing all my stuff in 4K now. Part of the reason really is just some of the stuff I shot when I've traveled that I shot in 1080, I wish I had shot in 4K. You know what I mean? I was only going to be in that place one time, and I got these beautiful shots. They're all 1080, which is fine, but at some point, if I wanted to reuse them, it would have been better in 4K. Why do you stick to 4K or to 1080 instead of 4K?
A lot of reasons. The most recent reason is I just got a badass 65-inch 4K TV or 6K or whatever. I can't remember which one I bought. I went crazy because lots of things have changed. I got some new stuff. Anyway, I don't want to get into that.
You bought a house too.
Yeah, I
so
did.
Congrats on that.
So once you buy a house, you tend to want to buy some nicer things for your house when you're not renting. So I got the nice TV, and I'm watching movies and stuff in 4K, and I hate everything about it. I go watch on my old 720 TV.
Seriously?
Like, I watch. Yeah, it's just so crisp, and the way that it looks and pans, it looks so fake, and it looks like some crappy old camcorder 4K. Just looks so stupid to me most of the time. Like, it's crisp, and for certain nature things, if I want like maybe a stream trickling down some rocks, it's beautiful. It's great. But that extra crispness to maybe just because I do art for a living, I don't know, but it like really messes with me.
Well,
Now let me rewind.
you
how
like a
I
little
used
blur?
to not do it. Well, it's not necessarily a blur, but yeah, I guess to some extent, yeah. I feel like it's somebody who just learned how to do Photoshop, and they go and they do the sharpen tool all the way up. You know,
well,
they overdo
here's,
it.
here's the thing. Most of your TV providers don't broadcast in 4K yet.
A lot of stuff though between that I have does with whether it be in Blu-ray and all that other good stuff.
Are you talking about like YouTube, like doing YouTube, like streaming it
no,
to your
the
TV?
reason that I don't like to do it myself personally 4K is different than that. That's just why I don't like to watch it. So the reason that I don't typically film in 4K is 80% of the people that watch my content on YouTube watch on a phone.
Right, right.
And anyone out there who says, "Oh, but my phone can do 4K," cool. Your eyes can't really see it on the size of a phone, so that's great. You can pretend all you want, but the truth is it's just not really actually happening. Two, I'm trying to get back to it, producing content so often and so much that having a 4K file, dragging it from here to there to then editing.
Yeah,
and-
just the
and-
cumbersomeness of 4K
that,
files.
and I save like 90% of what I film. So instead of one hard drive with thousands of files on it, I have to have three to have the same amount. And that starts to add up on your wallet as well.
Yeah, yeah. Kai, what do you think about shooting in 4K versus 1080?
Well, you need a lot of computer power to edit 4K, and not everybody has that.
True.
And how many people actually watching 4K?
No, you're right. It's to me, again, it comes down more to the future proofing of something. And again, some of the stuff that I've shot in the past, I shot in 1080. I wish I had shot in 4K because I feel like at some point, if I wanted to use that shot again, like a beautiful shot of a castle or something.
And if you're doing nature stuff, I do think some stuff, even on the nice big TV, 65-inch, looks good. But watching a regular movie does not. It just looks, unless it's maybe a special effects movie.
I also,
Well, if the movie was intended to be in 4K,
Maybe.
that's
Did you
the
see
thing.
that new one? Did you see the new one with what's his name, Chris? Whatever.
Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did actually watch that.
Oh, it was so bad.
I did actually
I
watch
watched it
that.
on the 65-inch TV in 4K, and all the effects look so fake because of that extra crispness on that TV.
But you know, you
upscale.
can also change the TV settings to
Back
be
to
like,
1080?
well, you can change it. Yeah, you can turn the suck button down, you know, and turn the cool button up. No, you can change it to where it's like designed for cinema, like a cinema setup kind of thing, and it's supposed to improve the way it looks.
I set
cinematic.
mine all up dynamic as can be because of video games and things like that. So I have like the brightest contrast colors and all the crazy stuff, which probably makes it even sharper than it looks to a lot of people when they watch.
By the way, Brad mentioned that he really likes your shirt, and I mentioned
saw
that.
that.
I mentioned that earlier. I'm digging it too. So Kai's working on getting some made, but I really like it.
Well, they're available off of my channel. They're Teespring.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Friday pizza. Steve says it's Pizza Friday. So are we supposed to go eat pizza?
Pizza Friday.
Yeah.
Ben
seafood.
T says YouTube fails with a notification, and well, YouTube fails with a lot of things here over the past 24 or so hours.
You mean you didn't get a notification about this? I wonder why. Because I put the stream up about probably 15 minutes before we went live, or I thought we went live, and then there was a 10-minute gap. By the way, thank you for everyone who stuck around. Bill says a strong fart will blow the tello around.
He's right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No, actually, it's funny. I did do a review of the tello, and I've been surprised. That video continues to get. That was several years ago. It continues to get a lot of views. And there was a couple of times I was flying it in some good wind, and it has. It doesn't have GPS, but it has some sort of the. What is it
It's
called?
like downward sensors in a sense, right?
There's a name for it.
Flow sensor.
Optical flow sensor, and it holds pretty well in a strong fart. I mean wind. So sorry. Thank you, Bill, for putting that in my head.
We're gonna have to go make a video and test that.
So yes, pizza day. Ray Kelly says pizza day. We were actually talking about seafood, maybe, or I don't know, some oysters. You into oysters? No.
I'm good.
No, you don't like oysters?
No, they just the texture. It's a texture thing.
Kai, you like oysters?
Oh, I love oysters. I mean, I grew up on the coast. I grew up on seafood.
You were diving in there and just pulling them out and cracking them open and.
Yeah, no, not.
That's
quite
what Kai means in German. One who catches and eats oysters with his hands.
So Kelly and I are going to be planning a video, hopefully either tomorrow or Sunday, that I don't want to like really tell you guys about because we're going to be doing some things that are really, 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 really crazy.
Yes. Notice we said that at the same time.
That was good. We timed that. We practiced that for a week.
Sean's idea. Fly Zone Drones, thank you very much. Chris Hope, thank you. Ben T. Ben, I hope you're going to make it down to the thing next Saturday with Kai and Michael Wright, and hopefully Chris Waters will be there. Maybe Chris Hope.
I believe Ben is on call for work.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Funny thing with Ben T, when I got together and flew with him and Harley, FPV, and Chris, I guess it was about a month or so ago, and Ben T and I have very similar background in our work, like the type of video that we did, so that was kind of fun. So anything else, if you guys haven't bought your SpinUp tickets, I'm not going to push it too much, but it is going to be a great event. I am a bit remiss in some of the information on the website, i.e. I haven't put any up yet. I think during First Friday last time I did talk about who some of the speakers were going to be. We are still planning on a ton of giveaways, as well as doing some little contests throughout the event to make it even more fun and do more giveaways.
No, Chris. No.
What did Chris say? So yes.
I'm not 12.
Rocky Mountain
I'm good.
Oysters.
I'm good.
So think about it. DroneSpinUp.com is where you can find out. Kai, you hadn't been to one yet, right? In person?
No, I have not.
No? Okay. I feel like I've known you a long time, but it's only been, about a year now?
Just a bit more than that.
A little over a year. I remember we went to Chewy's one night and hung out.
Yeah, I was on the way back from Dallas, I think, on a work trip.
Yeah, coming back through Austin.
If you're in the chat right now and you are for sure going to SpinUp, type in just yes. Just yes. We want to see a bunch of yeses.
Oh yeah,
scattered through. That would be cool.
Well, I know Matt's going. I know Ray's going. I know Chris is going. So yes, a lot of people are coming to SpinUp. Also, I was going to mention that some of the stuff I've been doing recently. I did a video about a remote control eagle. Did you guys see that one?
I saw a part of that one.
You saw a part of it. Did you see that, Kai?
Yeah, I saw where it became roadkill.
Yes, it flew up into the road.
I did not see that part of it.
Yeah, it was right at Canyon Vista, actually. It flew up over the little berm and landed, and all these cars are going by.
Oh, my God.
It actually didn't get hit. But yes, I see lots of yeses in there, by the way. Thank you. It is boxed back up, and I am going to give that away. I'm going to give that eagle away.
You're going to give the roadkill?
No, it still works. I flew it after that.
No road rash.
But the other bird, the go-go bird, Kai, you flew that. It was kind of fun.
I flew the go-go bird.
What'd you think?
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a really fun little toy.
The go-go bird, too, would actually fly in this space. Hey, Dynadrone, you were a hero last year, and you're still a hero today. Thank you very much.
I hope you guys can hear these sound effects. Otherwise, I'm just over here looking like a fool.
No, I think they can hear them.
But you're good at it.
So
I was going to
mention on the birds. I found this bird that I had forgotten I had. It's tiny and it flies with an app on the phone. So I'll bring that one to the meetup.
And just be careful because Chris is going to be there.
Chris did fly my bird last time, and it worked out okay. But
well, you know what happened? What's the other little thingy that you had? The little flyer in Chris's remix.
Oh, God,
by the way,
yes.
we need to talk about that anyway.
Thanks, Brad.
What possessed you to give him a recording device?
He was subscriber of the month. Yeah, actually, hold on. Let me see if I can. You guys talk for a minute. Let me see if I can actually.
I think that's going to come bite us in the butt yet.
Let me see if I can find that video.
You know what? I just clicked in my head. Do you guys remember a few years ago, and I guess it was on Facebook or something, there's these little ads or little stories of these micro fly drones that like everybody was scared that were real, that were total BS.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
Yeah, it was like a April Fool's thing or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the stupidest things come out about drones and the scare. Like I've got a video of some guy with the DJI FPV drone especially. I see people flying it in spots through the city, over streets, in between buildings, all over the place with people everywhere that have never flown acro before. They're like, but I can just flip it into normal.
Yeah.
That's something that is crazy to me.
Yeah, I saw something similar on Facebook where a guy was plowing through a park in San Antonio over Easter weekend, I believe it was.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to be
Between
careful out
cars
there.
and
We don't want to be the one that causes the accident that causes more unnecessary regulation and such.
I mean, I get it. If you know how to fly, it's one thing. You still maybe bending some rules a little bit, but
Well, it's
if
all
you're
about
brand new
where
to
and
it,
when you do it, right? If you're doing it on private property or out in the middle of nowhere and you're not going to hit anybody, that's one thing. It's when you're doing it
I think
over.
he's giving you guys a little premonition of what we're going to do this weekend.
Yes, if there's gunpowder and explosions involved, it's okay if you're on private property.
Kelly, you did find a drone you don't need anymore, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay,
actually.
those are hints, guys.
Great.
You just
Sean asked me
Yeah,
to
now what's the one
sacrifice.
you were supposed to bring?
Sean asked me to sacrifice a drone. So I do want to play, just because it deserves another play. Sunrise Water Media did do this, and Kai's actually right. I really shouldn't have given him a microphone, but here's what he does with it.
Hey, what's up YouTube? You're watching Sunrise Water Media. And today I have this crazy little flying saucer thing from FlyNova. And so we're gonna spin it up and check it out. What you can do is you can toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air, air. Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air and you try to catch it before it gets away. Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air and catch it. I've had this thing hit me in the face. Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the trash can.
All right, that's really all we can take of that. But oh my goodness, Chris Waters, Sunrise Water Media. You got to go check out his channel.
toss it in there.
And catch it. I have another one of those things, and I will say too, I don't know why that video, it must be big overseas, because that video is still one of my top videos.
Really?
All the time. Yeah, constantly is getting lots and lots of views. So, well, we are at the 1 hour mark. I don't want to step on any toes. I know a few people are starting some live streams after this. Right now, I believe that you got
FlyZone,
Osby FlyZone and Osby. I think FlyZone's a little bit later. Osby Drone is coming up here. So go over, check those out. Sorry for the long delay at the beginning. I literally hit go and it was the wrong go. So but
I gotta say to Nate, he said off talk, but he tried to hand launch his Mini 2 and throw it in the air like I do. I don't know if you saw my video. I just toss them, and he said it didn't end up so good.
No.
You just got to not get hit by the propellers, and it'd be just fine.
Well, and the Mini 2 is not really going to hurt you.
No.
I've stuck my finger in the Mini 2 props.
You stuck your fingers. No, well.
All right,
smell
Kai. On that note,
They smell like
let's
oysters.
not go there.
yes. If you guys want to join us down in New Braunfels in 1 week, a week and a day, it'll be a week from tomorrow, right? Contact Kai.
FlyZone's next. 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll jump over, check out FlyZone, check out Osby Drone, check out all the live streams, because it does take a fair amount of work to make this all happen, but it also takes a lot of support from people like you joining us. We appreciate it. We will see you next time, and so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we got to get up early too.
take you out with the Ready Set Drone song, and appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. We'll see you next time. No, I got it right here.
Turn this one.
When I fly, I won't fly alone. I'm gonna fly with Ready Set Drone, 'cause Ready Set Drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free, flying with friends Miles and cameras are what we used to fly. Sharing stories and swapping tales, amazing triumphs and epic fails. How will you know if you don't ever try? Ready, set, drum, ready, set, drum. Spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think you'll agree. Ready, set, drum, ready, set, drum. What's the point of flying alone? Flying with friends will make you feel so free. When I fly, I won't fly alone. I'm gonna fly with Ready Set Drone, 'cause Ready Set Drone will always fly with me.